demonstration we took this morning was healthcare. They're talking about booster doses. So the experience they've had from the first two dose administrations will guide them on how to offer the booster dose and to also re-educate people that are not able to be vaccinated at all. So we basically rely on partnerships and donations in Africa. And even these countries that donate to us, their demand is actually high. So even the supply that is donated to us is actually low. So we are at a disadvantage. We are at a threat of being left behind in Africa because we are not priority for the countries that produce and generously give us. Emotions also play a role in decision-making and acceptance of vaccination. So they did a descriptive cross-sectional study on frontline workers and administrators who are the ones that are the priority for vaccination in the first and second rollout of 28 local governments in Lagos State. And then they gathered their data. So their conclusion was that the process of the vaccination was a learning curve for them. There were a lot of threats, especially with the supplies of consumables, syringes, needles, and all. And then one of the greatest problems they had were internet hitches because they needed to upload data, online. And because of the internet hitches, they had to resort to manual registration. There was a lot of misinformation and misconception about the vaccine rollouts, and that created vaccine apathy in the first two rollouts of the vaccines, for the first two doses. And then the side effects of the vaccination was basically tolerable for most people. But because of the social media going it out of proportion, a lot of people became afraid of vaccination. So these were their experiences, and based on this information that they had and the data that was collected at place, they are going to be able to make some corrections and improve their services for subsequent vaccination programs for the COVID-19 in Nigeria. Then the second presentation, which is particularly dear to me, is medical photography, open fracture management by Dr. Laide Akinshewa from the UK. She talks about medical photography being a means of photo documentation, and that one of the goals and one of the reasons why it was important for them is that there was unnecessary repeated exposure of the wound, which puts the wound at risk of wound infection. So they usually would take a first photograph at presentation, and then this study was actually done in a single center, the Royal Victory Infirmary in Newcastle, United Kingdom. They had two sets, 37 open fractures and 27 in the second circle. And the fracture distribution was actually more on the lower limb, which actually conforms with data that we have in Nigeria, that there are more lower limb than upper limb fractures. Now, they were able to develop a smartphone-based app for transferring of images. And then their conclusion was that designing an above app with confidentiality on a secure platform reduces the risk of contamination. But I would also want to add that it actually would improve research, also improve record keeping, and is also very important now, particularly for medical legal issues. And then one of the beautiful things about our abstract is the reproducibility of this study in Nigeria, because if you don't have photo evidence, particularly in surgery, you probably will have issues writing publications in surgery. And then the third abstract was presented on behalf of Professor Elias by one of our Adishegiri SB, the student of Gascom, and she handled the presentation very well, kept to time. She talked about the effect of exposure of heart on salt sensitivity among pneumotensive and hypertensive HIV patients in a tertiary hospital in Lagos. And she defined salt sensitivity, which is a bit surprising, we've never heard of this before. Greater than 10% change in the blood pressure of 5 mm mercury in response to an increased or reduced salt intake. Their aim was actually to target HIV patients. HIV is seen as a chronic disease now, and a lot of patients actually are on hearts. So they just wanted to know what's the effect of salt sensitivity on patients that are on heart, because this is quite common with us here. And then of course they gave them an oral solution, and they were able to categorize the patients into high and low salt tasters. The high salt tasters were basically mostly hypertensive patients, and the low salt tasters were actually normotensive patients, mostly normotensive. And they concluded, after studying everything, that the exposure to heart did not even have a significant effect on salt sensitivity. However, they noted that the hypertensive patients were more sensitive to salt than normotensive patients. And we may just be able to deduce from that that may be one of the main reasons why they are hypertensive. Thank you.
So we're going to start with the very first presentation. Can we have Dr. Oluchije Kamokafo online so that she can take the questions for her? So I would encourage our participants How many have questions for the first presenter? She presented a qualitative analysis of the COVID-19 vaccination rollout in Lagos, Nigeria. Clients and provided perspectives on the plan, the process, and the progress. Can I hand this over?
The first presentation is, if you look at the impact of social mobilization on this process of the COVID vaccination rollout, and if you did, what significance did it have? Thank you.
For myself.
Thank you, you're welcome. Well, thank you because you have come to join us. I want to especially thank everyone here. Thank you very much.
I want to start with many of the clients that spoke about this, that were participants in this study, the issue regarding social mobilization was very strong. Now, they had little or no information. If they ever got any information at all, or if they ever got any motivation towards vaccination, it was from malicious or non-trustworthy internet sites or chat groups. And so, for those of them who came out to take the vaccine, they were like champions to people around them because they decided to, bow whatever misconceptions and there were people that decided to go with superior knowledge and then take the decision to take the vaccine. So, social mobilization is key when it comes to reducing vaccine hesitancy and compliance. So that was a major finding because the information is mostly wrong and it's filled with misconception. So you'll be surprised how much more the wrong information is, how much more popular, how much more well-known those things are as opposed to factual information. And so that's why the recommendation was made for fact-based communication. Thank you.
But they're going to read it out from the stage. It's there online. Go ahead, please.
There is a question directed to Dr. Competition. I missed the title. So much conflicting and often confusing information on social media in the light of the new mutant Omicron is topical now, and the continuing debates, and with the advice on need for boosters, what is the way forward?
Thank you, Dr. Olochije Kamalkafo. Your answer, please. Thank you.
As Omicron is topical now, and the continuing debates, and with the advice on the need for boosters, what is the way forward? From our findings, every piece of information out there is, based on scientific evidence, and yes, COVID-19 is new. And because of that has not been well studied, and a lot of perplexing situations have arisen around it. But the recommendations made by the authorities and trust, the WHO, the CDC, these are the guides we have, and so I need to say that we go with the best and available guidance. So that's what we have available now. So the way forward is to, let's go with the recommendations. When time comes for us to begin to take boosters, let's take them. Regarding the Omicron one, there's so many that we don't have information. Information is changing every day. I think it's best to go with that, with what is evidence-based, new, correct, and authoritative by reason of its source. So vaccines also have expiring dates. We do not have enough, and yet wastage must be a huge risk. I agree with you. Many times we go to vaccination sites and there's no one to take the vaccine. So sometimes we get wasted, sometimes they lose their opportunity before anybody takes them. And so that's what they're doing. To wish current wealth of information when service we have tied together, and it's really the vaccine residency is higher than for education. You and I how are going to take the right information out there and take it out consistently and
to take her questions. Anybody with questions for her? Can you raise your hands so they take the microphone to you?
General Secretary Corridor. And I just want to clarify on something I've said. I really don't understand how, and firstly, thank you for this presentation. I just want to know if, I want to understand how taking pictures of, at presentation of open fractures and uploading the pictures of the app will help to reduce contamination. Are we going to use it to monitor the healing? How exactly does it help with the treatment of the patient?
And they came up with a protocol and a guideline based on their research. So one of the guidelines is to take pictures of these open fractures because the research effort showed that at times people come to the hospital to continuously assess the same injury. Because open fractures are usually managed by a multidisciplinary team. So if we have an open fracture, the orthopedic surgeon is going to examine the patient, the plastic surgeons are also going to go to examine, the ED doctors will have examined, the vascular surgeons may be involved. So every time somebody else comes in and keeps on opening the room, disturbing the dressings, there's always an increased risk of exposing the fracture, which is already at risk because of the communication to the external environment. That is why this protocol was put in place. By putting a system in place where these pictures can be taken, once the patient has presented to the emergency department and a picture has been taken of the fractures, following the rules and guidelines of taking clinical photographs, it can be uploaded and added to the patient's notes. So during whatever multidisciplinary meeting that needs to take place, there will be no need to open up that one again until the patient is in theater for appointment. Every other person or every other specialty can always use the pictures to assess the wound and have a clear picture of what the injury looks like.
Thanks for it all. Titled Effect of Exposure to Highly Active Antiretroviral Therapy on Sore Sensitivity amongst non-hypertensive and hypertensive HIV patients in a tertiary hospital in Lagos. Ms. Ajesh Shijiri, SP, she's here. Anybody who's standing? There are questions for you. Any questions?
Before our chairman leaves the meeting, we would like to present a token of appreciation to our chairman of this morning's science.
President, MWAN Lagos State, whoever presents with this. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Want to say something?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me in this session. I want to thank Dr. Bolarewa. I want to thank Dr. Shibiri. I want to thank all the AOC, every member of MWAN. For being here, I want to thank you. Thank you.
Let's have to
We'll have to break now so that
we have to wait it really.
we will be
It's tea break, and it's inside the table of my table. So present, when it's time for your table, present me our way to the stand for the tea break. Thank you.
Minutes. So please, let's all be seated for the opening ceremony, and that starts by 11. So I pray the indulgence of everybody that we are all seated by 5 minutes to 11.
We all know how complex it is to rule Lagos State. We all know it's not easy to serve the people of Lagos State. Lagos State remains a mini country, and for a woman to release her husband to go to the battlefield
to go and serve people of Lagos State, and this series has been doing very well. Members of MWAN, then we have some comments from our sister ladies and gentlemen. We have in our midst today, we have the honor of having the wife of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, the Center of Excellence, the woman who has been the driving force behind the Deputy Governor. Please join me to welcome Mrs. Olufemi Hamzat, the wife of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State. Isn't she beautiful? And she sounded very well. Thank you very much, ma'am. A warm welcome to the Medical Women Association Biennial Conference. And to this conference, with the theme, Health and Security, a Principal Appraisal, is another opportunity, non-governmental, non-political organization. And as the name says, women, they are all medical practitioners, female medical practitioners. So moving forward, we'll take the introductory address, and this will be done. You guys can follow that. Thank you very much.
That are here. Good morning. I'd like to welcome you all to this 22nd Biennial Conference Association of Nigeria, Lagos State Branch. I will conclude with the investiture of our current council president, Dr. Durham Keshide, as president of the 2021-2020. The theme for our conference is Health and Security, a critical appraisal. And this will enable us to look at security in its broadest terms and how it impacts health, individual health, and the health of the community. The theme and the subject of this is carefully selected, and as the conference proceeds, you will see the various ingenious ways in which we hope to address it. Our guest lecturer today, Dr. Oladare, will be giving the 16th Dr. Aaron Thomas Memorial Lecture. She is an acclaimed community physician committed to the development of equitable and sustainable health systems. I'm always proud to call Ola my sister, and I do hope to look forward to listening to her lecture as much as I do. Without giving a vote of thanks in this welcome remark, it is pertinent that I acknowledge and appreciate all our good man to be here, but exigencies as called, and I'm sure she will join us. Her Excellency, who has taken the time to come, not just arrive, but arrive punctually, our other guests, conference participants, and indeed members of MWAN Lagos for honoring this invitation to attend the conference at this time, knowing that we had to postpone from an earlier date. So throughout the activities, we also request that all media precautions are taken both for our physical safety and for infection control. We will see the fire exits appropriately labeled, and just outside the front of the building, we have the assembly point. You are requested to please keep your face masks on, and when we want to take photographs of, we need to identify ourselves better. Then we should reduce the chatter. I'm sure that the following 2 days, today and tomorrow, will be truly worth our while. And therefore welcome you again to 2 days of togetherness, learning, and fun. Thank you.
Meanwhile, apart from the session we had today, we will also have the Royal Father of the Day, His Royal Highness Timothy Tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ Ìdórúkọ Ọba Fọlárin Òkùsànwó Ẹ̀bánisẹ̀kábíyèsí. You're welcome, sir. Adé Abẹ́rú Àpẹẹrẹ tó lórí bá máa kọ̀ náà ìyẹn kó sọ ọ́ ní sà. You're welcome, sir. Òkèèrè àgbàgbé ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ wa.
of Medical Women Association of Nigeria, Lagos branch, Dr. Ibiuke Shotemide. It's a round of applause for her. Please clapping to suggest to the podium.
Grace morning to all the great people in the house. Great people! Fantastic. Great people! Fantastic. Thank you very much. My darling, mommy, sister, and friends. In person of the wife of the deputy governor of no other place but the center of excellence, Lagos State. My Excellency, Mrs. Oluremi Ansat. Thank you for coming, ma'am. Our other guests, they are on the way. There is traffic, but for sure they will be here. Our daddy, that's the royal father of the day. Yeah. He'll be representing Oba Alara of Ilara in person of Oba Folani Ogunsanwo. He'll be represented here. Thank you for coming, sir. We are waiting for our mother of the day in person of Chief Mrs. Oprah Benson. She's on the way. Let's put our hands together in a great manner. Thank you very much. Then our single ladies and gentlemen and men and women of the press, thank you everyone for coming. With all humility, I stand here before you, the great and powerful people in this conference. I would love us to rise up. Just observe 1 minute silence for all the departed souls. Our late sitting incumbent president, then Dr. Show, with their noble souls rest in perfect peace. Thank you. With all humility, I stand here today before you, great and powerful people in this conference, on behalf of our late, beautiful, was talented incumbent president of this biennial 2019 to 2021, Professor Francis Olufunmilayo Joseph, the executives, distinguished elders, the organizing committee, and the entire members of our great association. I warmly welcome you all from different locations to this opening ceremony of the 22nd Biennial Conference and Institute. This conference is one with peculiarity, losing the owner of the biennial to the cold hands of death. Months into the biennial, an unexpected responsibility taken up by the president-elect, conferred the honor by the General House at the May meeting in 2020 to assume the position of acting president. Diverse occurrences have been experienced during the stated period, ranging from NSAS to police violence, COVID-19 pandemic with all their attendant problems affecting the populace, old or young, single or married, rich or poor, who are locked down, who are locked in, though not locked out. Alas, we are pushed by another plague, a pandemic within a pandemic, which is insecurity. The most heartbreaking is its grave level all over, especially in our nation, a place to be called abode of comfort and peace of mind has turned into den of death, involving kidnapping, herdsmen attack, killings, banditry, with unending bloodshed of innocent souls, resulting in degraded nations' integrity ranking in the global circle. In view of this, a very apt topic is chosen as the keynote speech for a time like this, themed Health and Insecurity, a critical appraisal, which is Irene Thomas Memorial Lecture with sub-themes: 1, the drug abuse pandemic, collateral health and security implications. The second one is resilience and coping strategies in mental health for doctors. Everybody is no longer safe, be it at home, on the streets, at workplaces, worship centers, schools, defense academy, police stations, and society at large. What a life, and not be here. What a turbulence for future generations. Health and security are inseparable. Insecurity has numerous adverse impacts, directly or indirectly, on health and other areas in various dimensions, such as worsening disease conditions, inaccessibility to prompt healthcare services, premature aging and death, increased poverty level, increased crime rates among the youth, lack of freedom of movement in one's land. Healthcare givers are not exempted. They even suffer in the hands of those who are to ensure the security of lives and property. Everyone is compelled to live and operate in fear, chaos, and depression, struggling to survive with all hopes dashed. The question is, till when will this mass exodus of citizens be, especially by doctors who are essential and scarce assets and agents to aid in maximal reduction of morbidity and mortality rates in our nation? Let's cast back our minds to kidnapped Ugandans and so many others with their homes in unnamed sorrows. Children suddenly becoming orphans, women turning to widows, men turning to widowers, with loss of hard-earned assets and properties from large ransom payments demanded for by kidnappers. The psychological and emotional effect of this menace cannot be emphasized, which has plunged citizens into diverse kinds of mental illness, even being experienced indirectly by death upon children of affected mothers. What a dilemma in this modern age of 21st century. Insecurity, a canker war which eats deep into clothes of society with a vicious cycle of tearing problems with no solutions in view. Furthermore, inappropriate use of social media and advancements of technology exploited by the younger generations hinder impactful learning and aids acquiring indecent skills, mindset, and orientation. To inmates, night starving on the streets, while children are scared of going to school to learn. People are growing in all sectors, hearts are unceasingly beating in all corners, talents are being buried and wasted all over. Today, we are privileged to have seasoned speakers and facilitators to show the way as we learn, unlearn, and relearn. They prioritize ideal options to address this point. The time is now for these health and security issues to be properly addressed nationally and internationally. Uncompromised priority should be placed on the sector beyond infrastructure. Brain drain to become brain gain. Adequate funding of research and development units, implementable and sustainable health reform policies, among others. Why, and how are the questions for us all to answer. Bottom-top approach, as well as top-bottom approach, as different strata of governance involving policymakers, law enforcement agencies, community leaders for grassroots involvement, international agencies, private sectors, public sectors, NGOs, traditional rulers, religious leaders, schools, parents, marketers, unions, journalists, media telecommunication outfits, individual, and so on and so forth. Conclusively, everybody counts in fighting this battle for a livable, safe, and secure world for healthy citizens. Once again, I welcome you all in this job of incoming 23rd President for 2021-2023 Biennial. Thank you. MWAN Lagos, yes. Long live MWAN Lagos. Long live MWAN National. Long live Medical Women International Association. Long live Lagos State Center of Excellence. And long live Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Let's listen to the welcome speech of the woman who keeps leading him on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the wife of the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Oluremi Amzat, as we listen to her own remarks. Please can we stand and keep clapping for her? Thank you very much.
Good morning to you all. The Secretary to the State Government, I was told that she was on her way. Mrs. Sharifa Judge. There is a lot of traffic, so they are still on their way. Presidents of the association here present, the various speakers and facilitators here present, members of the great association here present, all virtual participants, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I say good morning to you all. Good morning. And to my Igbo sisters, I say Jawalu. And my Hausa sisters, Inagwana. And to my Edo sisters, yes, so I'll say 1 year. 1 year is supposed to reply 1 year stay. Okay. I am indeed delighted to join the executive and members of the Medical Women's Association of Nigeria, MWAN. And I'm sure I'm saying that I said it right. Is it MWAN? Or MWAN? Lagos State branch at today's opening ceremony of the 22nd Biennial Conference of General Meeting. I am proud to identify with your association for sustaining the lofty ideas for which the body was established 22 years ago as a formidable agent in promotion and maintenance of the health and well-being of the populace, particularly with special focus on women and children. It is heartwarming to also know that your biannual conference and general meeting has become an effective platform to bring together professionals and practitioners from different sectors of relevance to discuss salient issues and provide solutions to numerous challenges facing us as a nation. Many of us today are aware of the challenges that we face as a nation. However, together we must act fast against such social biases, such including youth recklessness, drug abuse, domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault. Let us fight against terrorism, insurgency, insurgent attack, kidnapping, adoption, and all related activities by our youth. All this help will not guarantee peace for our nation and cannot ensure sustainable growth and development. Therefore, the theme of this year's conference and general meeting, health and security, a critical appraisal, is apt and lends credence to your community, to issues that affect our families, children, women, society at large. Health and security are indeed the responsibility of all. Government cannot do it alone. This explains why programs such as this are welcome development. I believe, therefore, that today's conference will help us further assess how the current situation and challenges could be mitigated. I enjoy the association not to relent, but to ensure that relevant beneficial programs and conferences such as today's event are sustained for discussion and action on topics that would improve the health and safety of our women, children, and the vulnerable in our society. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate my dear sister, one of my Kwaniwa sister, and council members, Dr. Mrs. Ibirunke Shodendi, the former permanent secretary in Lagos State, whose credential as the 23rd President of Medical Women Association of Nigeria, Lagos, we hope tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it because I have another state event. But you know our prayer is always with you. So we wish you a successful tenure, man. You know we're always with you. We are together. Once again, I appreciate the executive and members of the Medical Women's Association of Nigeria. I don't want to say the name wrong again. M1. Great Lagos State branch for your drive in ensuring qualitative healthcare delivery at all levels in Lagos State. I wish you a successful conference. Thank you and God bless. By the time I come next year, see the way I'm going to pronounce it. It's going to even be like, I'm still even going to modernize it when I come. When I stop it, when I speak it, it's only one. M1. So live long M1. Live long life M1. Thank you so much for listening. We will all know that we have a lot to do. The Almighty God will help us in doing it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please keep clapping so she gets to the seat. So, Lola Dari, and to read her citation is the secretary of the organizing committee of this event, Dr. Ume Oko. Father of the mother of the day, Chief Mrs. Oprah Benson. That's the mother of the day, Chief Mrs. Oprah Benson. Thank you so much. Thank you. Once again, you're welcome, ma'am. When I said you were
the citation of our keynote speaker, Dr. Lola Dari. Shoreline? Application of evidence and data for policy. What can we do without data? She's into evaluation and accountability. Demand functions of non-state actors, including civil society and community-based organizations, the private sector, and even the media. There was Lola here, but I'll call her Auntie Lola. Auntie Lola is in the forefront of advocacy for resilient, accountable, right-based healthcare services and system strengthening, driven by the PHC approach. We all know that we are advocating for bottom-up approach in healthcare services, and she's very passionate about this. She engages policymakers, parliamentarians, donor-funded programs, and national governments, including bilateral, multilateral, and intergovernmental organizations. Auntie Lola has newly linked investments in help to social. Welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Lola Dari.
Thank you very much. Can I first point this check out I can see a lot of energy coming from your office and from high places. It's exciting to be here. My mommy, my mentor, my role model, Mrs. Benson. And when I grow up, I certainly want to be like you, and I need to learn a lot from you. Kabiyesi, please, can I ask you and my colleagues and friends of MWAN Lagos to please allow me to rest on the existing protocols? Can I also take the time to apologize that I'm not with you? I actually changed my plans to be in Lagos, but my car broke down this morning and unfortunately we were not able to get to Ikeda. And I think the loss is mine because I can see being with mates and friends and seniors and juniors and the network of MWAN in Lagos. Thanks Dr. Irene Mujubara for this lecture. I am very pleased to identify with Dr. Thomas and our contributions and dedication to the fight of women and children, and for promoting education to discourage women gender mutilation, not only in Nigeria, but all over Africa, with specific recognition across the world. I'm also delighted to tell you that I'm the first recipient of the Dr. Irene Thomas Award for Excellence in Science as an A-level graduate of Methodist Girls High School, Lagos. So what I have to do today, I'm trying to see you and take you through a short presentation on health security and the role of women in promoting health security. It's me to share my slides. I shall be talking to you on health security, and I'm looking at how do we reimagine global health and health security in the context of solidarity. How can we what have we learned? What have we learned? Indeed, what have we learned? Well, England is different from the context in Lagos. Indeed, when we go up with Lagos, the context in Lagos is different from its next door neighbors. It's different from Abuja. It's different from Niger State. It's different. So for the first time, we are beginning to accept that the diversity of the health system's context in which we must respond is not the same. The health system's context is not the same. The human resource capacity is not the same. And so we are dealing with a lot of diversity. We also have learned that primary health care, like my colleague has also said, must be at the center. But we also learned one additional fact that's always been a part of primary health care. Social protection is the issue. Women were driven back into lockdowns. They went into families where they locked them indoors. It affected economies, it affected domestic abuse, gender-based violence. All kinds of things came out of the lockdown. that affected and impacted on women and young people much more than unvalidated. It's like people's opinion. In these past few months, we have built many social media epidemiologists who are sharing their opinion as facts on social media and actually making it difficult for policy to act. I can empathize with my dear friend and sister, Mrs. Hamzat, and all the policy makers in Nigeria as they struggle to manage that epidemic. In that places and they are not available in some places. We are also dealing with the fact that our communities are also accessing social media. And we welcome healthcare. We are also helping with female-led help up to this point. There's anxiety, there's confusion, and finally, we want to build solidarity and diplomacy in the midst of this. So we have to do things differently. In our is that this is global. We conceptualized our COVID-19 engagement in different ways and at different levels. We thought we had to respond to a global direction. When we shut down and our healthcare workers could not get personal protective equipment, when we shut down, nobody's going to sell it to them because there are global barriers. So to ensure that we can have our governments and our people can have access to the technology, the treatments, the vaccines, the opportunity, and you can afford it, you must be able to purchase it. We looked at regional cooperation to ensure that working across Africa, that Nigeria is part of that regional cooperation and we can bring it. We had to do something in Nigeria. Start going up state, Oyo State, federal capital, Uganda, what meant for the life of young people. And we also knew at that time, and the emergency will be over. What in that multi-level, that is community, household, first care, primary care, secondary care, and tertiary care. Supply chain systems will have been interrupted by transportation, and the giving bread and butter of each person's life is going to be impacted by business in Nigeria. My business is in Nigeria, is the epidemic in my country. So it started as a disease of public health significance in Lagos. It wasn't an epidemic at that time, because it just came into Lagos, and Lagos was very effective in engaging non-stakeholders, putting together a committee of which we were part of. Immediately the epidemic started. Started not from Nigeria, not from Africa, but from people who called it the Chinese disease. People who called it much faster, much faster. With every message in less than 30 minutes, 7.8 billion of this world are impacted by epidemic. So if I start one gist now about corona and I spend $20 to promote it, as long as it's effective, the 7.8 billion people of the world are at a risk of getting it in less than 30 minutes. It spread much faster than both the pandemic and the epidemic. But sadly, we are not paying any attention to the impact of that on policy and the impact of that on schools. Somebody has mentioned mental health, and I'll come back to how the epidemic is impacting on the mental health. Because of the epidemic, we have lockdown. Yeah, I'm not the impact of the lockdown than epidemic. Economic. Especially social capital. The target is that. What this also meant is that as we grappled with this disease, the things we failed to learn and the things we need to unlearn began to challenge us. Our health systems are fragile. Come on, that's not news. We've always known that our health systems are fragile. We've always known that we have to invest in the community. We've always known there's no news there, but we're not ready. It's like myself, just a low country. A lot of time in the until you know what you're fighting, you can't prepare for it. So no country was ready. With strong health systems, where there is the public sector in the health system, financial risk protection have been linked to health systems action where a more respond and be secure in that program is that immunology appears to affect social class 1 and social class 2 more than it affected social class 2 and social class 5. That's really the old thing that we in social class 1 and 2 are actually able to overcome. So, and the COVID first explored itself as a new disease among social class 1 and 2. So they have and they have not yet. That's chronic projects. A lockdown is to create a threat. But we are not also prepared to manage them because our social protection systems were rudimentary. Then we started travel restrictions and supply. Most of the frontline health workers are young people. There was an urgent need for frontline health workers surge. Most of this, and there was no redistribution for him and the impact on emergency lot of things meant that the redistribution and our surge planning was very poor. So we could not continue to satisfy essential health services and to at the same time, so it impacted on essential services. The demand for community and first contact meant that there was a pressure on primary care services. Primary care is a confusion in Nigeria and remains a confusion as we go forward and we must attend to. Then there were treatment options. We knew and knew that we got to understand the distribution of that option because it's in global production is limited. So I didn't. It's difficult to blame the international community for first satisfying its own need before it satisfies that. So we had a resultant domestic insufficiency. Citizens increased demand for mental health services. But people were not waiting, they were just anxious. Am I going to survive? That increased demand also put another new demand on primary care services and the healthcare system. So we had to do something urgent. We had to protect, support, and resource a fit for purpose healthcare workforce. But how we going to continue to work for anything that doesn't even come at all? We need to appropriately work. We need to also ensure that the existing community health workers have a study in Lagos, Niger State, Niger State, Kano State, Ondo State, on the only system that appeared to work was those related to family planning and to contraception. But because they are implemented, Lagos again has taken a big step forward in making sure that it's using its robust supply chain management system for both Lagos and the few other states to reduce the centralization of COVID testing, the centralization of purchase and supply. We have to continue to push away from centralized procurement capacities and allow states to actually. So we are advocating for investing in sustainable, technology-driven and equitable supply chain system, not only for COVID supply, but for all primary health care services. Let me tell you, there was no COVID task force where women had a voice. They were not even members. So the reality that this was affecting their business, affecting their homes, affecting their vulnerability, and the actions they would take, affecting access to emergency obstetric care, affecting access to delivery services was lost. All the task forces were asking for vaccination, testing, isolation, but the impact on women, the impact of children, the gender blindness of the national responses were totally unacceptable. And we have strong women in Lagos who could have contributed to the gender sighting of our interventions, especially in the public place. May I take this opportunity to ask anyone in there to be very proactive, be powerful there. We have not been gender as we build back and go closer. Finally, all of this is by a digital governance system. We need to protect our voices. And like I said, it's a global community. We can't come in Nigeria alone and make this happen. We need to be part of that global community. We need to be demanding for vaccine equity. We need to be demanding for vaccine access. And organized groups such as MWAN can strategically big position to be state declaration of sign up to the design but it is yet to be legislated now. May I also take this opportunity to invite all our women, strong, old bars, citizens, communities, platforms, to actually also work with the legislative system to bring this to their attention. Let me begin to look at the opportunity for transformation in all of this form of business. They often say that within every crisis there's an opportunity. So within this there's an opportunity for transformation. Just like the lava, as it grows from the lava into a filter and out emerges a butterfly, there's an opportunity for us to emerge from this crisis like a butterfly and a beautiful one like that. We are working on what we call the resource hub to support community collectives and citizens' actions for health and basic technology. Citizens' action is important. Citizens. The reason why we are elected, the reason why we do what we do is because we want people to live long quality life. And so citizens must be at the center of our life. We're looking at the infodemic and trust management. Already we don't trust each other, we don't trust people. The infodemic and the management of the national of the response impacted so badly on public trust. So we need to rebuild public trust and management. We need to integrate into PHC and we need to but we need to look at sustainability planning and sustainability planning now. And that's where financing, health workforce, and lots of other issues in sustainability planning come into the plan. We need to protect the essential services and the healthcare. Our time to that is we need to protect the consumer. We need to interrupt transmission, not only of COVID, but of all other things that are actually decimating our people. Screen, test, isolate, quarantine, and also surveillance. We need to look at our social safety needs. It's clear that the pandemic, if one occurs again, and it will, it's going to impact on economics, it's going to impact on social, it's going to impact on mental health, it's going to impact on information. Are we preparing social safety nets and are we learning? We are building the source hubs to empower citizens and we're looking at financing integrated services for health and security from public projects and national. We have also learned from this that philanthropy, corporate social, there is so much more can be put behind women and behind health government. But we must not wait for another and then for us to do that. Let's work together. Community and citizen platforms at the core of our interventions. And you can see that we are looking in the air, we are working with stakeholder groups to ensure that women have access to financial services that can help them to bounce back and pay for them. We are working on public trust. We are in the new year, we shall set up a call center that allows you to post meet and check that. Don't always believe what you do on the internet. It depends on the interest of it. It affects politics, it's now affecting them. Miscontainment and stigma management. Not what we was then from Kobe, when we do listen to another Nigeria about why is my child getting 90 drops of what the end of school. We didn't listen. We need to responsibly respond to our communities and give them factual, science-based information. We need to expand access to tests and treatment options. It's a global demand. I would be happy to see this answered. Our money, the government, join the global demand for vaccine access. Africa is not bad president. Africa is not vaccine rejection. Our women have carried their children to be vaccinated and found reasons. Vaccine access is not a global demand. It's time for us at some national level to join the global demand calling for vaccine access so that our children, our women, and indeed our journey of husbands is not protected. Vaccine access includes dollars, it includes doses, and it includes vaccine production. No one is safe from creating current vaccines will last now, not going to headquarters. And we've learned from the vaccine prevention program that we can do a lot with communities to ensure that communities get the vaccine. Let me close. also all the competition levels. As we made an act of violence against Nigeria, it's an act of violence against Nigeria. We need our politicians and our associations to raise their voices in violence against Nigeria, against Africa, because carbon restrictions are an act of violence, an act of aggression, and they're not an act of building capabilities. They're not an act of building security, and they're not about to because they don't protect air. So we need to join as global champions and get on board. We need to rectify this can only be achieved in strong economies. Travel restrictions to spare economies and health care. Nationalizing health care. My sister's brother's mom. And we can and this political be part of the depolarizing the narrative of solidarity. I asked sent me this call to action to them. Which you for them and its impact on the policy and let's build public trust in vaccines and vaccination. We cannot afford to lose public trust in vaccination. We are surviving because our children are vaccinated so it's important for us not to let this distrust in the COVID vaccine lead to impact on distrust in the shelter services and vaccination. That's why we need to protect essential services and apologize for women, children, and young people. And we invite you to join the vaccine and demand for vaccine. We need to call out for integration of COVID-19 supply to primary care. We need to protect our land people and health workers, and this is a place of comparative advantage. And this systems let's support the 2020 gender cited COVID-19 outbreak. Global solidarity means building a healthier, fairer world for everyone, especially for women and children. Can I thank you for inviting me to your channel?
I will forward to the re-election. And in the lecture, she highlighted the challenges of the pandemic. In Lagos State, the state and also the patron of Medical Women Association of Nigeria Lagos Chapter, Dr. A.K. Biton. Okay, Dr. 1, 2, 3. I want that one. Okay, it's in the sequence. Okay, you have a minus also, we have the honor to have with us the national president of Medical Women Association of Nigeria, Dr. Adekemi Otolori. Thank you very much for joining us now. I mean, for the men here, you need to actually know, or I need to remind you that we have this occasion, Mrs. Folashade Sherifat Jaji, the secretary to the state government, Lagos State. She's an accomplished public administrator, agripreneur. Have you heard that word before? Agripreneur. Please clap for this agripreneur. She's a chemist with over 40 years experience in administration and human resource management. A round of applause for Mrs. Jaji. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry from Bright, the University of First Choice. I know they're very happy now. Prior to her appointment as the head of service, she has served for over 10 years as permanent secretary in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Please clap because this ministry is very dear to everyone's heart. Am I not saying the correct thing, my president? Yes. And she has also served in training, pensions, and teachers' establishments and pensions office, TEPO. Some of her significant achievements before retirement include capacity building of women. Please clap, 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 clap. Introduction of payment of administrative charges by contractors to reduce the burden
of the cost of processing contract awards by government, the implementation of professionalization of human resources management in the state public service, revision and adoption of the reviewed 2015 public service rules, approval for the payment of backlogs of pension, liabilities and arrears in the state, and re-establishment of post-primary teaching service commission. After her retirement, most interesting part, she became an agripreneur, which enabled her to fulfill her passion to help feed the nation. Please clap for her. Is it easy for her, please? And in her quest to contribute to a greater Lagos agenda, she initiated the One Community at a Time program. Now, One Community at a Time program is geared towards improving the quality of life and standard of living in underserved communities in Lagos State, with a focus on health. Please clap. As I'm saying one, just clap. On health, clap, education, sanitation, and recreation by leveraging the corporate social responsibility of the private sector. This initiative has gathered significant momentum and has attracted partnerships with corporate bodies such as First Bank of Nigeria, Flour Mills Nigeria, Lara Lake Nigeria Limited, Nigeria Breweries Limited, and MTN, to mention a few. She has attended many courses and conferences, both locally and internationally. She's a member of the Institute of Directors, an alumnus of International Visitors Leadership Program of the American Government, Fellow of Institute of Public Administration of Nigeria, Honorary Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Loan and Risk Management of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very importantly, she's happily married with children and grandchildren. Join me as we welcome our man of the occasion, Mrs. Folashade Sherifajaji, Secretary to the State Government, Lagos State Center of Excellence. You're welcome.
Especially when we have events and what have you, that women are there and all of that. You know, it's so heartwarming because we find out that from the complaints of people in Lagos State, I don't think we have that problem at all. Women are allowed to rise, you know, to the heights that they can get to without being encumbered in any way. I thank you very much for the opportunity of today. So please permit me to do a bit of protocol that is expected of me. The wife of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, my darling sister, Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, the representative of the Lagos State Commissioner for Health, the patron of the Medical Women Association, Dr. Leke Pito, who has garnered so much. We were just discussing, and you know, I remembered all of those days. I was like being a relatively junior officer, and you know, he was doing all of those things. The 1, 2, 3 is just one of those many things, you know, that he did for the health sector and for women especially. Ogunsanwo, who is, you're representing him, okay, being represented by the High Chief, Odofin Keshiro. You're welcome, sir. The mother of the day, the Chairman Organizing Committee, Dr. Tilewa Amosu. All past presidents of the association here present, the various speakers and facilitators. Sorry I came late before the keynote address. It's not in my character to be late, but I had to be at the House of Assembly, and unfortunately, you know, we were kept for so long. Otherwise, I was so sure that I was going to be here even before a lot of people. So please accept my apology for keeping us waiting. Then I apologize for coming late to this event because I know you should have come before the keynote speaker addressed us. I'm honored to join the Lagos State Female Medical and Dental Practitioners at the opening ceremony of the 22nd Biennial Conference and Annual General Scientific Meeting and investiture of the 23rd President of the Association. I congratulate my darling sister, the new President, Dr. Mrs. Shudayinde, and of course, the new executive of the association. I wish you a very, very successful tenure. It does not only identify with some of the sustainable development goals, but also aligns with the Lagos State government's themes development agenda, whilst also addressing two important elements of human health and security. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Similarly, security also refers to the state of being free from danger, fear, threat, or anxiety. In Lagos State, we know that the promotion of good health and protection of lives positively impacts social and economic development and quality of life. The government has therefore done a lot to upgrade and equip public health facilities to ensure every resident has access to affordable health care, whilst strengthening our security architecture. I'm proud to inform you that the state has just completed the Lagos State Wellness Center. Thank you. Which is designed to provide mental health support and general well-being to staff. Similarly, the Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, was established to achieve universal health coverage. The objective is to enable residents access prompt and cost-effective health insurance plans wherever they reside. And just yesterday, the Lagos State Executive Council approved the commencement of a Medi-Park, that will afford people the opportunity of a medical, park where instead of going abroad, for such, you can have in a nice environment, that's going to be in Ikoyi. And I think that is really commendable by the time it is finished. Thank you very much. As you all know, innovation and creativity played a key role in surmounting the challenges posed by the coronavirus pandemic. The prolific response of our governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, significantly reduced the number of the virus-related deaths recorded in the state. My office, in contributing its quota to ensuring the safety of our residents, initiated the Safer Lagos campaign. Another initiative from my humble self is the One Community at a Time, which was read out in my profile. It aims to bring development, to our underserved communities in order to improve their standards of living and general well-being. We have recorded a few achievements under this program, one of which is the construction of a healthcare center at Ijeododo. It is actually ongoing in Ojo local government area by one of our partners, First Bank Nigeria PLC. What that One Community at a Time initiative is doing is to leverage the corporate social responsibilities of the private sector, because we know that government cannot do everything, and we believe that with such support that, you know, it can only get better for our people. Equally, we're talking with yet another partner, that's MTN, who is going to equip a state primary health care center at Abaranje in the Egon community of Alimosha local government area. There's also the provision of water treatment plant at Badieke in Badagry local government area by Flour Mills Nigeria PLC. We're also enjoying the support of other companies such as Laralek Nigeria Limited and Julius Berger. But there's still so much to be done. I cannot conclude this address without appreciating the organizers and members for giving me the honor and privilege to be here this morning. Let me implore you that as women, we must support and encourage each other to achieve more collectively. On this note, I wish all the distinguished facilitators, guests, and participants a fruitful deliberation as we appraise the health and security challenges in our society. And I'm confident that after your deliberations, we will be closer to proper solutions that will enhance the health and security of the citizens of the industry and the national health. Thank you very much for your attention. Sorry, another president of the Medical Women Association of Dr. Lillian Adikemi Otolori. You're most welcome. Thank you very much.
I need to announce here that Mrs. Jaji is also an old girl of the foremost girls' secondary school in Nigeria. The only college, I'm a proud Ocean too. And you agree with me, there are only 2 federal government colleges in Nigeria, Queen's College and others. So Mrs. Jaji is an old girl of Queen's College, Onike, Yaba, Lagos. And she's gleaming. Brightly gleaming. And I'm also an OG too. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now I'll call the acting president, Dr. Shode. We have past presidents of MWAN in our midst, and she needs to appreciate them and welcome them. Dr. Shode. Please let's encourage her to the podium.
About 66. That a tree cannot make a forest. A tree cannot spring forth without springing out from being a seed. A seed that has been planted by riverside, that has blossomed, that has flourished, and that is the M1 we are talking about. M1! Thank you very much. Our darling mommy, the national president, because Lagos State is just a part of it, just like any other state. M1 National is the umbrella, apart from the international association of that of M1. So we have been told that our mommy, Dr. Adekemi Otolori, she's here. She's the national president. Mommy, we acknowledge you. Thank you for coming. A tree has branches, and the branches, they are very viable. And I therefore acknowledge the past presidents, starting from 1977, Dr. Abimbola Silva, 1979 to 1981, Professor Oye Lebute, she's still able, she's involved the chairman board of trustees. I'm sure we have a representative of her here. Mrs. Fola Elebute, are you here, ma? Okay? 1981 to 1983, that's Dr. Uraola Ogunyemi. 1983 to 1985, Dr. Irene Thomas. We have somebody representing her here. And the keynote speech specifically is Irene Thomas Memorial Lecture. So I therefore welcome on Mrs. Tita Young. Please, kindly rise up. Please. Thank you for coming. Then 1985 to 1987, Dr. Florence Abiola Adenero, she's abroad. 1987 to 1989, Dr. Adebola Okweso. 1989 to 1991, Professor Idiroke Akishete. Let's jam our hands together physically and electronically. Virtually. In all forms, in all ramifications. Thank you. 1991 to 1993, Dr. Grace Braithwaite. That's our Mama. Mama, she's 86. You can see all of them still bubbling. Elegance. With beauty smiles, rolling eyes. Thank you, ma'am. 1993 to 1995, that's Professor Adenike Grange. She said online. Thank you very much, ma'am. 1995 to 1997, Dr. Dorothy Esobedo, not just past president of EMWAN Lagos, but also national president, 2001 to 2003. That's outstanding. 1997 to 1999, that's our mama, Dr. Ellen Boyo Ekweme, that's the wife of the vice president of Nigeria. Thank you for coming, ma'am. 1999 to 2001, that's Dr. Funke Ademilu, which was also the regional officer at the national level. 2001 to 2003, Professor Princess Campbell, also the national president from 2011 to 2013, online. You are welcome, ma'am. You are well appreciated. 2003 to 2005, Dr. Olaide Musilire. She's online also. 2005 to 2007, Dr. Tutu Shere Abije. She's physical. 2007 to 2009, that's Dr. Efushola Showedimo. Unfortunately, we lost her to the program of death. Yes, she has been very, very fantastic. And very, very active. She has impacted so many lives. May our gentle soul rest in perfect peace. 2009 to 2011, Dr. Falsat Adetokunbo Dagere. 2011 to 2013, Dr. Yumebi Awa. Today, I'm sure she's not, otherwise you have seen her earlier touching the sky. 2013 to 2015, Dr. Yabo Tijani. I think she's online. 2015 to 2017, Dr. Odupe Abiola online too. Then 2017 to 2019, Omawumi Bakari. Finally, 2019 to 2021, that's Professor Francis Ajose Late from November 2019 to April 2020, and the humble servants holding the mic continued, the biennial through the grace of the generals. Thank you and God bless.
December 2019, we got news from the western part of the world, but we did not take it serious because we had not what it was. January 2020, we all jolly in our various religious groups into the new year, and then news came from the oriental part of the world.
People started running with their goals for the year. Young people started struggling with their resolutions. Companies started to measure their target implementation scheme to ascertain progress. Individuals started to look through their mapped out plans.
And it started with wash your hands, use a nose mask campaign.
And on the 27th of February 2020, we reported our first case of COVID-19, detected by the virology department of LUTH, and these started the widespread of the virus in Nigeria.
Coughing, inconsistent breathing, high fever, and all sorts of other funny symptoms. Measures were taken. Lockdown was announced. There was construction of emergency isolation centers, recreational centers were closed, and schools and offices were shut down. No nose mask, no entry policy was implemented in all functional social spaces. Movement was restricted. It affected every sector, but
the number of COVID-19 victims kept increasing by the day.
I lost my job. My brother lost the source of livelihood. There was hunger. And the palliatives did not get to everyone as proposed.
Lives were lost to this virus. Our lives took a detour. But even till date, some people are still trying to find a balance.
And then we began the new normal. Wow. So much for health and security in Nigeria.
Everyone panics!
How did we get here?
We got here by walking here, obviously.
And no one pushed us here.
We got here somehow. I'd like to say that.
Until political support drug mental intervention is made in the health sector.
Until quality, affordable, and accessible healthcare services are being provided. Until effective and efficient methods and skills are put in place for drug sales and usage.
Until research grants are accessible freely without nepotism or favoritism.
Until our medical research bodies are effectively equipped with mechanisms and structure.
Until our health structure and health infrastructures are in place and up to date with the 21st century technology.
Until complementary priority is placed on our health sector and our staff.
Until healthcare policies are made and implemented across all divisions of the healthcare sector in Nigeria. Until stable and predictable financial strategy is made available in our health sector.
Until regional and inter-country collaborations on health products development, clinical trials and quality services are put in place, then we cannot talk about excellent health security in Nigeria.
We need you, them, and I
to build our health security for our now
and posterity.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday.
Thank you very much. That was really enlightening indeed for the drama crew. Thank you very much.
Her Excellency, Dr. Joke Sanwo-Olu, First Lady of Lagos State, unavoidably absent. Her Excellency, Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, wife of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, they are present. First and foremost, I want to thank you all MWAN Lagos members for your support before, during, and after the recent 2021 MWAN Biennial Conference held in Ibadan. By working together, we were able to host over 850 participants in a most impactful way. Our colleagues and visitors expressed their gratitude for the wonderful hospitality of our members. Permit me to express my condolence to your state for the loss of some of our members in the persons of late Professor Fumilayo Ajose and late Dr. Efunshola Sowemimo Ilebodu, both past presidents of the Lagos State MWAN. These members served our association creditably with a lot of passion and dedication. They will be sorely missed. At this juncture, please permit me, because of national presence, let us rise for a minute's silence. Conference together. It is often said that a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Indeed, Lagos State MWAN is like a city set on a hill and is viewed by all as a center of excellence. Thank you very much. Lagos has progressively been impactful in addressing the challenges of the less privileged people in the society. We have observed over the years the various programs planned and successfully implemented for different groups in the society, such as school children, adolescents, vulnerable women, and their families. We applaud you for this, and we wish to encourage you to do more. In addition, physical infrastructure repair, that is gigantic. We appreciate you for doing this for the Women's Center. The COVID-19 pandemic and recurrent acts of insecurity in our dear country have worsened the status of our people's health. Previous gains made in the rollout of essential health services like maternal and newborn health, malaria, HIV/AIDS, and TB are being eroded daily. Our health indices have been worsened while we are busy grappling with inadequate funding of the health sector. The reality is that our impoverished patients come to us with great expectations, which we often are unable to meet. Frustration, poor remunerations, and a sense of despair have combined to push some of our members to seek greener pastures outside the country or to exit the health sector into more lucrative sectors of the country's economy. These are challenging times for all health managers in our country, including many of our members. I therefore urge all of us to brace up for these challenges and remember the motto of our great association, which says, Matrix Animo Grantis, healing with the spirit of the mother, or in an explicit way, healing with the loving spirit of your mother. As medical women, we need to be intentional in seeking leadership positions in our country so that we'll be at the table where decisions that affect our health and well-being are being taken. Finally, I wish to commend the outgoing acting Lagos State President, Dr. Ibiru Nkeshode, for her hard work and passion for the health and well-being of our women. Please give her a sound round of applause. And I also welcome her as the incoming president for the 2021-23 biennial. While wishing her a successful and impactful tenure, I look forward to working closely with her and her team. I call on all members and all our collaborators, all our partners, to cooperate with her during her tenure. I also congratulate and welcome the Lagos State President-elect, Dr. Fumige, who is also dynamic and impactful. Final. I say, Ekudeo. Lagos is home for some of us, and the relationship has been of long standing. I thank you very much for this opportunity. I thank you all for your attention. May the good Lord bless and keep all of us safe. And may the good Lord take everyone to higher heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The National President of Medical Women Association, the former Commissioner for Health in Lagos State, a he for she advocate. That's why he is the patron of this association, Dr. Ike Ito. 1, 2, 3. Motijasi, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies and Highnesses and all protocol observed. Yeah, I know. Everybody in Lagos knows there's a link between me and MWAN. I made a confession over there. Then I looked at the list of past presidents. I said, wait. A long list, more than half. I'm the one who can say that more account for somehow I've worked under all of them. And so I looked at the names everywhere, and I was telling the special guest there that all those programs they were telling me, it's M1 that did it. Most of it is M1. Most. It's M1, and that is the honest truth. Whether you want to say Chikibola, or you want to say Lasampos, or you want to say, name it. The hospitals, everywhere, it's M1. And yes. And we were talking about why M1. I can see some of my directors, yes, they're all there. Dr. yes, all of you, everybody. In person. Me, in person, all of you, we have worked together. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. So, one song came to my head. I said, Èmi lọ́lọ́pẹ́, èmi gangan lọ́lọ́pẹ́ o, ẹ wá wòṣẹ́ àwọn láyé mi èlò. Àṣeyí ṣàmọ́dún. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You see, when I called him a he for she advocate, I was only saying the truth. Or I was only stating the obvious. Thank you, sir. The next goodwill message will come from Tito Young. She's representing Dr. Irene Thomas, a past president of the South. That's Mrs. Tita Young.
Thank you. It's a miss, actually. Yes, it's a miss.